Welcome to another CalRTA short tutorial. My name is Sue Breyer, and in this short video, I'm going to demonstrate how to use CalRTA's new customizable PDF template to create your division's unique trifold informational brochure, so it reflects your division's personal information and details. So let's get going. First, though, let's take a look at CalRTA's new customizable PDF brochure. Now, many divisions were looking for a user-friendly brochure that they could create, customize, print, and distribute at various events. Now, as you can see here, the brochure has 3 panels on one side, including this title panel right here with the CalRTA logo up at the top, and then a customizable box right below it to add your division's name and number. The second, or this middle panel here, has been reserved entirely for information about your division, with 3 text boxes, as you can see, 2 smaller boxes up at the top for titles or headings, and then 1 very long box here for extensive details about your division. On the left, as you can see, is CalRTA's enrollment form, which can be cut out, completed, and mailed. This form, however, is not editable. And when I scroll down, as you can see here, you can see the other side of the brochure. It is a double-sided document, and the information on this side is not editable, but provides information about CalRTA, its mission, and the benefits of membership. So let's see how this whole customization works. There are a few steps that you'll need to take before you begin working on the brochure. First, you need to be sure that you have Adobe Acrobat Reader on your computer. Now, many Mac computers come with this program already installed, and it's automatically updated on a regular basis, but not all computers include this program. If you do not have the free Adobe Acrobat Reader, you'll need to take a few minutes to download it. Now, I emphasize free. You don't need to pay for any program to work on this brochure. Now, to find and download the free Adobe Acrobat Reader, you simply go to whatever search engine you use. And as you can see, I'm using Google here. And you click on the search bar, and you're going to type free Adobe Acrobat Reader. And as you can see, it pops up right down here. And I'm going to click on that, and that will take me to a number of options to choose from. Now, I always skip the ads, and so I'm going to scroll down, and the first item after all of the ads is the PDF Reader, Adobe Acrobat Reader DC. And notice that it says free PDF Reader, so I know that this is the one that I need. So I'm going to click on that link, and I'm taken to the Adobe site. Now, I don't need to try an Acrobat Pro, and I don't need to buy anything for this. I'm just going to go directly over here to the Download PDF Reader. This is the only button I need to click. I'm taken to another window, and on this window, I'm given 2 options again. They want me to try out and test out this Pro version. I don't need that. This requires a purchase, but this one is the free version. So I'm going to click the blue button that says Download Acrobat Reader. Now, on this screen, you can see that there's an initializing process that needs to take place first. This only takes about 3 or 4 seconds, and then it is done. This new screen opens up on its own, and basically what this is asking you to do is to save this application to your computer. It has the file name listed here, and it has the type of program or file that you are downloading, and it's an application. Do not change either of these. I am going to save this to my PC, and I'm going to save it onto my desktop. I tend to save things to my desktop. That way I can access it easily, and then I can file it somewhere on my computer later. So now that I know I'm going to save it to my desktop on this PC, I'm going to click the Save button down here in the lower right-hand corner. As you can see, I'm here on my desktop, and after I clicked that Save button to save the application to my desktop, I went ahead and closed out any other windows that I had open. Now you can see that I have the Adobe Acrobat Reader DC application right here. So I'm going to click on that, double click. Notice that I have a message here asking me if I would like this application to make changes to my device. You may or may not be able to see this on the video. I'm going to click yes. Now what you're seeing here is the installation process of this application. Now this will take 5 or 6 minutes to completely install. So I'm going to go ahead and pause this video for just a few seconds, and I'll come back when it's finished. Now, as you can see here, this blue bar is completely filled now, and there's a green check mark indicating that the Adobe Acrobat Reader DC has completely installed on my computer. Now all I have to do is go down here to Finish and click that yellow button. Now you may get some windows that pop up. You don't need to do anything on these windows, so my suggestion would be simply to X out of each of these. So I'm going to click my X there. I'm going to click out my X here. And I don't need to pay attention to any of this either, and so I'm going to click the X. And now I'm back on my desktop. Now, when I take a look at some of the PDF documents that I have stored here on my desktop, you can see that the Acrobat icon, the Adobe icon, is right down here on the corner. That tells me that I have Acrobat Reader as my default application for opening any PDF files that I have on my computer and want to work on. If you would like to set Adobe Acrobat Reader as your default on your computer, you simply need to go into your computer settings, then click on Apps, and then you should be able to locate Default Apps. And all you have to do is scroll down and indicate Adobe Reader as the default for all of your PDF files. Okay, now that I have Adobe Reader on my computer, I'm almost ready to edit my CalRTA Division Brochure. But to speed things along just a little bit, I have already typed up some text that I want to use in my brochure. Now I have that saved on my computer right here. Let me open that up. And as you can see, there's not a lot of text. It is fairly short as the space on the brochure is rather limited. The text that I have prepared here is going to go into the long text box that's on that middle panel. And as you can see down here below, it's about 129 words. So that's going to give you kind of an idea of how many words you can fit in that space. So you may want to type up your text first before starting on your brochure. It's then simply a copy and paste process to add the text. Be sure, however, to not include any options such as bullet points or other unusual characters, as the program that we're using to edit the PDF does not allow those kinds of items. Okay, I'm going to click out of this. And now I'm ready to work on my brochure. Now to access this brochure, to do the editing, you can get it from the CalRTA state website. So as you can see, I'm on the main page of the CalRTA website, calrta.org. I do need to log in to be able to access the PDF. So I'm going to click Login. I have my login information saved, so I'm just going to go ahead and click the yellow login button. Once I'm on the members page, which is right here, I'm going to go to the second item on that left blue menu that says Recruitment Tools. And in this first section right up here in Recruitment Tools, I'm going to go right to the Division Customizable Membership Brochure. Click on that. Here is the brochure right here, as you can see. And right here is the download button. So I'm going to click download. And I'm going to click download here. You want to download that to your computer before you work on it. And I'm going to go ahead and save it to my PC's desktop, which is where I always save my items. Notice that it shows up down here as well, but I can go ahead and click out, X out of all of this, and here is the division fillable form. So now I can open the form and get ready to do my editing. And here's my form. So I'm going to go ahead and start on the right-hand side on that, it's kind of the cover page of the brochure. And right here where it says type your division name and division number, I'm going to delete all of that before I start my typing. Make sure you delete that first. Notice that my cursor is right here, and it is going to center the text as I type. So I'm going to go ahead and type in the title of my division, which is San Jacinto Mountain. And I can't get anything else on that line, so I'm going to go down to the next line and type in, oops, Division 33. And I actually have a third line, so I'm going to type in Area 9. So that way I can get all of this information in here. So, I mean, you can put whatever you want here, but this is probably the information that you may want to put in. So I'm going to now go to that middle section right here. And as I did before, I need to delete the text here, but this is the same basically. So I'm going to go ahead and put in San Jacinto Mountain. I'm going to go down again, Division 33, but this time I'm going to put a dash and add the area on the same line. Now, I'm going to try something different. If I use my mouse or my touchpad, with my mouse I can right click, and you notice that a menu box opens, and look what I have here. I have text style. So I'm going to add some italic text right here. And it's going to say, serving the Hemet and San Jacinto Valley. Okay, so now right here where it says type the bold heading text here, space is limited to the size of the text box. Well, I'm going to put some contact information here. So I'm going to go ahead and delete this text. And I'm going to put contact us. And I think I'm going to underline that. So I'm going to go ahead and highlight this. And as I did before, I'm going to right click and open up this text style box. And I'm going to add underlining there. Okay. Now let's go down a line. And I'm going to put in div, except I don't want it underlined. So I'm going to right click and remove the underline. See how it's checked? I need to click it to undo it. So I'm going to put div 33.calrta.org, which is my division website. Then I'm going to put our division's email in. So CalRTA division33@gmail.com. Okay, so now we have some contact information for my division. Now I have this long box right here that I can add text to. Now before I add text, and remember I'm going to copy and paste it from that Word document that I have, but I'm going to delete these words first. Make sure that you do that. So I'm going to minimize this document by clicking on the little boxes up at the top. I'm going to move it over. Let's open this up just a little bit so I can see this. Now remember, here's my Word document. I'm going to open that up. I don't need it this big. I need to move it. So let me resize this just a little bit. I'll move it over a little bit more. Okay, so I'm going to copy this text by just highlighting all of it. And then I'm going to right-click on my mouse, or you can copy, Control-C, Command-C. So I'm going to copy, and then I'm going to go over to my document, and I'm going to right-click and paste, or Control-V or Command-V. And there it goes. It fits absolutely perfectly right into the middle. Now that I have that done, let me go ahead and make this maximized on my screen. Now I need to go back and double check, make sure that all of my text is the way I want it, check for typing errors, things like that. So make sure that you proofread before you save your file. You can open this at any time and you can go back and edit very, very easily. So there's no issue going back and fixing any small errors that you may have made. So now I'm going to go up to my file up in the upper left-hand corner, and I'm going to save as, because you always want to have the actual file, the original file, before you edited it. So you're not editing your original one and then having to continue to download repeatedly. So I'm going to save as. I am going to save it to my computer. I'm saving it to my desktop, so I'm going to click on that. And the last item here is desktop, so I know that that's where it's going to go. And I'm going to give it a new name. So it's going to be Div33 Brochure. And once again, I'm saving it to my desktop. And let me just double check here. Desktop right there. And I'm going to go right down here to click my Save button. Now let me just go ahead and minimize that and make sure there's my Div33 brochure. I'm going to open it up, make sure I have one last look, and there it is. And that's all there is to creating your own division customized CalRTA brochure. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you again.